Senator Ben Sasse, a Republican from Nebraska, who called these comments morally repugnant. He joins me now. Senator Sasse, so the governor's office is basically saying, look, everybody's taking this way out of control and out of context, that the legislation has been tabled. The Republicans were able to defeat it. But Republicans down there in Virginia saying, OK, but it can be called back at any time. And the Democrats are actually going to bring this up again. And it's not about just the bill. It's about the entire issue that we should be debating. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, what the governor of Virginia said was morally repugnant. I mean, this isn't the old Democratic Party argument 15 or 20 years ago that abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. What he was actually talking about was a little baby girl being born alive and him saying, well, let's try to comfort the baby a little bit while the mom and the doctors have a debate, and whether a whole bunch of doctors get together and say, yeah, we think infanticide is okay. That's actually what he was talking about. It's breathtaking stuff. And if he can't say that protecting a little baby girl who has survived an abortion is something that we as a society all believe in together, he really should get the hell out of office.
Take a listen to what Erica Sacken, she's from Planned Parenthood, had to say about Governor Northam last night.
I think even Governor Northam has clarified that in that conversation, he wasn't talking about abortion. He was talking about circumstances where a woman may have a wanted pregnancy and then finds out later in life, in the pregnancy, that it won't be viable, it won't survive the womb.
One of the things about this, Senator, is that the media coverage focuses on Republicans and conservatives' reaction to the governor's comments, when it actually is the actual,
right.
The issue is the story. The story is not about the reaction. The story is like, this is an issue. Can we have a discussion about this? And where are you going to stand?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Dana. I mean, the comments that the governor of Virginia said on the radio are about fourth trimester abortion. This is not abortion. This is infanticide. And every Democrat should have to answer for whether they stand with little baby girls who are born alive surviving an abortion, or whether they stand with Governor Northam's repugnant comments. I think the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates should have to answer for this. This is not about Republicans and conservatives pouncing, as the media narrative has been they've tried to advance it the last 2 days. This is about whether or not Democrats and these aggressive pro-abortion Democrats are going to continue to duck, talking about whether or not they stand with that little baby girl.
These debates are frustrating because obviously any mother who is going through this, or family, mother and father, that find themselves in a situation, it's obviously a heart-wrenching situation for them. And so to turn it into just politics does feel a little disgraceful. I want to ask you one political thing, though, because we're heading into 2020, and President Trump tweeting this today. Democrats are becoming the party of late-term abortion, high taxes, open borders, and crime. And Ben Shapiro, friend of the show and of Fox News, he retweeted that with this message, this should be Trump's re-election message, and he should not say anything else for the next 2 years. Does that really distill down the differences between Democrats and Republicans?
Well, again, there was a time when there were a whole bunch of pro-life Democrats, and I think for the good of America and for the good of those of us who care about babies, we should want to see there be pro-life Democrats again. But right now, the Democratic Party has not come out to condemn this stuff, and they really should. This should be much bigger than Republican versus Democrat. That's obviously a little baby girl we're talking about in those images and on that birth table, and this should be bigger than Republican and Democrat, and we all ought to unite to stand with the most vulnerable in our society.
Will there be any legislative efforts during this Congress that just got underway?
I'm the lead sponsor of the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. I have been for 3 years in Washington, and I've been fighting to try to get a floor vote for that, and I think we're going to try to get some expedited consideration of it as well in light of what's happening in New York and Virginia right now.
Okay. Senator Ben Sasse, we appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.
Thanks, Dana.